What's going on, everybody? K to the 2 here with week 5 of the NPL. This week we are going up against Tom and the San Jose Sharpedos, featured on, once again, Game of the Week. And this one, let me tell you, is completely worthy of Game of the Week. So stay tuned. It is going to be one hell of a match. And we have one hell of an opponent sitting in front of us, with a team featuring Terrakion, Kieran Black, Mega, what Mega does he have? Mega Gyarados, yeah, that's what it is. He has several very hard-hitting threats that I need to watch out for, and if I don't, I could get completely swept. But we do have our saving grace, and you will see who that is in our game plan. So let's hop right into it. So, getting right into this game plan. Number 1, we are starting off with Double Dragons. What's that mean? It means I am bringing Latios and Dragalge. Dragalge almost wasn't brought in place of Rotom, but I felt like just the complete, utter power behind both Latios and Dragalge just was unmatched, and I really have a chance to completely wreck his team just with those two. Now, Latios is running an Assault Vest set this week with Draco Meteor, Thunderbolt for Mega Gyarados if it wants to switch in, Hidden Power Fire since he only has 2 Steel types on his team, which are going to be his most likely switch-ins to both Dragalge and Latios. So, if I can HP Fire Metagross and Klefki and remove them early in the game, that would be huge. That would open up the door both just for Latios itself to put in a whole lot of work, and Dragalge to get a free kill basically every time it comes in late in the match. Now, I should have probably brought Rotom, I don't know. No, it just couldn't fit on my team. If I could bring 7 Pokemon, Rotom would be there, but I had to make a decision, and I went with Dragalge, and Dragalge does get a free kill every time it comes in, as long as the stupid Klefki is out of the way, because I do have HP Fire on it, but I am Choice Specs, so I can't switch up moves, and if I do end up removing the Klefki, that's great. If I don't, not really that big of a deal, because I do have Infernape, which we will get to later. I also, for the game plan, I really need to keep Kieran Black in check. In order to do that, I am bringing a Mega Scizor, bulky Sword Stance Mega Scizor. Bullet Punch will bring it down to the point where Kieran can't live a Mach Punch from Infernape. And I'm also bringing Max Physically Defensive Sylveon, because I do really hope that I can live an Iron Head, because, I mean, I can live one as long as he's not, like, Choice Banded, or if I get crit or something. You know, it's just, I can live one, get off a huge hit with Hyper Voice. If it already has taken Stealth Rock's damage, I have a chance to KO it. If not, that's just enough damage in order for Infernape to come in and kill with a Mach Punch. Speaking of Infernape, that's who we're going with this week. Infernape is looking to put in a huge week. This week I am bringing Sword Stance with Lumberry. The Lumberry is there in order to take a Thunder Wave from Klefki in case he wanted to come in, stop my sweep. However, I do have that. I thought I was running Fire Punch, but I checked in the middle of the battle and I had Flare Blitz, so it's okay. Fire Punch would have been more beneficial because I would have rather not taken the recoil damage throughout the match. However, it doesn't really matter because Flare Blitz and Fire Punch are about the same power anyway. And if it's a late game sweep, it's not really going to matter, because I do have the Mach Punch, which hits Terrakion, it hits Kyurem, it hits Mega Gyarados, it hits all of his threats. The main thing that I need to remove for Infernape to sweep is the, I need to, first of all, bring down the Zapdos to a reasonable amount of health, and I also need to completely remove the Cofagrigus, because once Cofagrigus is out of the way, Infernape just wins the game, basically. So that is our game plan. Let's hop right into the match and see what he is bringing. So getting right into the match, one last Pokemon that I forgot to mention in the game plan was Skarmory. It's basically only here to set up rocks. That's all I really need it to do. I have counter on it in case he wants to wild charge with the stupid Kyurem, or if I can whirlwind him out with his Gyarados if he starts setting up too much to the point where I don't have other options. However, we can take a look at his team, take a look at what he has brought. He's bringing the Zapdos, Cofagrigus, Kyurem Black, Mega Gyarados, Klefki, and Metagross. Looking at his team, I do expect him to lead off with the Metagross, just because it looks to be his best lead, and if he has the chance to possibly Pursuit Trap my Latios, which I have a really big feeling that he's going to try to do, just going into this match, I really think that if I can get off an HP Fire against it, he's going to be put in a very rough spot in the very beginning of the match. Looking at the rest of his team, I really expect the Klefki to be either a spike setter or dual screens. T-Wave, of course, he has to have T-Wave in order to slow down both Infernape and Latios. He's bringing the Cofagrigus, mainly, I think, as a check to Azumarill, as well as my Infernape, of course. It also helps against the Mega Scizor, because if I try to knock it off, I'll lose my item. He can get a Willow off. And the Kyurem, I'm expecting to be, I'm not quite sure. He could be several different things looking at the makeup of his team. He could be Scarfed, but that would be kind of a bad idea, only because it would lock him into a move, and I have several switch-ins to the different moves that he has, all the different coverage he has, and we'll see what happens with that. So getting right into the match, we see that he does indeed lead off with the Metagross, as I am going to lead off with Latios. I'm going to go straight for the Hidden Power Fire, and look at how much damage this does. That does about 70%, as he does indeed go for the Pursuit, expecting me to switch out. However, since he is running a Naive nature, most likely because he's probably mixed, that does leave the door wide open for a 2-hit KO, without a doubt in my mind. He's going to go ahead and switch into Zapdos to take the second Hidden Power Fire. I have absolutely no reason to not click it right here. And right here, it might be a little bit luring to him to think that I am Choice Scarf. However, I'm going to go ahead and keep my bluff. I'm going to go ahead and switch straight into Dragalge using my Double Dragon Core, as he actually Volt switches out. Good play for him. He's actually going to get up some very good momentum. He's going to get a free switch into his Kyurem right here. But I do have the free switch into Mega Scizor for whatever he goes for. I'm expecting him to go for either the Dragon Claw or the Ice Beam. Either way, Mega Scizor is my best switch in here. So that's indeed what I'm going to do. And we can go ahead and see what kind of freaking Kyurem this is. If he shows the Life Orb, that's going to be great. However, we don't see any recoil, so I don't know if it has leftovers. I don't know if it's Choice Scarfed or not. It could be Expert Belt for all I know. So I'm just going to go ahead and go straight for the Bullet Punch. Actually, no. I predict the switch into his Zapdos right here. Yeah. And for him to not want to take a Draco Meteor this time, because he did switch out last time, I'm going to go straight for the Draco. Hopefully he's still bluffing the Scarf. And he's going to go ahead and take this chance to get off the Thunder Wave, as I'm going to switch up moves. I didn't really want anything else on my team taking a Thunder Wave at this point in the match, so I'm just going to go for damage, get off the Hidden Power Ice, or Hidden Power Fire. And this next turn, expecting him to go for the switch into the Gyarados to start setting up easily, I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt. And that's going to kind of cost me because it's going to miss out on the 2-hit KO on the Klefki. And right here is kind of not my proudest of plays. First of all, he sets up Light Screen, and I was completely oblivious to the fact that he set up Light Screen. Mainly, probably because I kill with HP Fire still. But then, after that, I just completely blank that Light Screen was even a thing. He goes into his Mega Gyarados, and I'm going to go ahead and be like, this does about 50%, so I'm just going to go straight for the Draco Meteor without realizing that the Light Screen is still up. So, with the damage that I see right here as he goes for the Dragon Dance, it doesn't do anything, and I'm like, wait, that does nothing. And I went to the damage calculator. Damage calc suggests that it's probably max HP, max special defense, because I completely forget about the Light Screen, because you're seeing that does only about 30%. And I'm like, wait, why did that not do anything? So the next couple plays are going to be him setting up a few Dragon Dances to the point where he can kill Sylveon, or possibly knock the Skarmory down to its sturdy, as I could Whirlwind it out. But I'm going to Thunderbolt again, and it's putting it to the point where Mach Punch from Infernape possibly could kill it. It's a very low roll. I'm going off of my calculations, off of the damage calc that it gave me. So I wanted to ensure the one-hit KO. Right there, you can see Light Screen wears off. I was completely oblivious, once again, that it had even been a thing. So I'm going to go ahead, go into Mega Scizor this time. I want to get off damage to ensure that a Mach Punch would kill, because I still think this thing is max HP, max special defense. So I get off just the amount of damage I need, and he roasts me with a Fire Blast. And I had absolutely no idea that was coming. He told me after the match he was Rash max special attack, so even if I was a max SPDEF Mega Scizor, I probably would not have lived that. So I'm going to go right into Infernape now. Just going to click Mach Punch. I want this thing out of the way. And he makes the nice switch, saving his Mega Gyarados for later in the match, possibly wanting to set up another Dragon Dance or just get off damage against something. And now he's going to go into the Cofagrigus. He's going to go straight for the Shadow Ball, trying to get some damage on Infernape, or whatever wants to switch in. And I go straight into Dragalge. So Dragalge, I miss the Draco Meteor, which was really unfortunate because now he's setting up a Combine. But, you know, Hacks comes, you know, what goes around comes around, and I'm about to crit him with the Draco Meteor, and that's a dead Cofagrigus. Specs Dragalge coming in big right here. It would have still been a 2-hit KO either way if I didn't miss the first one. So, I mean, the crit didn't end up mattering at all. The miss and then the crit was the same result as me hitting twice in a row. So, yeah. In comes Kyurem. It's a free switch for him. He can go whatever he wants. And he's just going to go straight for the Ice Beam. Right here, all I have left is Sylveon, Skarmory, and Infernape. So, first things first, in order to preserve my sweep, I need to get up rocks. So I still have my sturdy intact. No matter what he goes for, I'm going to live, and I'm going to get up my rocks. I don't care what the Skarmory does. I just need the rocks to weaken the Zapdos a little bit more. So he's going to go ahead. He's going to kill me with an Ice Beam. That's completely fine with me. Right now I'm down 2-4, and now I need damage on this Kyurem big time. I know I can live. I know I can live any sort of Iron Head this thing wants to go for. I live with about 25%. I get off the huge hyper voice, and it leaves it about 25%, which is perfect. Because now, Infernape, even if I am down 4-1, I have the chance for the major comeback right here. So, let's strap in, see what happens. It's like, this is like Jets and Patriots, 27-7, 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Tom Brady coming through with a mock punch. There's one touchdown, 27-14. Now, he's going to go ahead and send in his stupid Zapdos. And I'm like, you know what? I can take whatever you want to go for. I'm going to go for the Sword Stance in your face. As he's actually going to Volt Switch out. And at this point, Tom messages me on Skype, and he's like, damn, you got me. So, on Facebook, what am I talking about? On Skype, we don't have each other's Facebook. Oh my god. So right now, I'm sitting in here with a +2 Infernape. This will die to a Mach Punch. He has Metagross still, and he has Zapdos still. So, kill this, and I'm down 27-21. Or let's say he got a field goal because of the damage that he got with Zapdos. So he's up 30-21. Come back down, get the onside kick, get another touchdown by killing this Metagross, down 30-28. And here we go. Tom Brady with the ball again, throwing it up to the end zone, and come on, go faster. Flare Blitz for the win. What a huge comeback for us this week. Oh my god, we were down 4-1, and we come back out of nowhere in order to win this one. 1-0. Very slim, very, very good game. That was possibly, I don't know, possibly the closest game in the NPL ever. Wow, I'm just really blown away by how that went. Infernape putting in so much work this week. It is actually, after that 4-0 performance, it's sitting atop the NPL MVP race at a very nice 9-1 this season. So Infernape really pulling through for me this season. Really pulling like the whole weight of the team right now. So we are now sitting at a very nice 4-1. It could be a lot better, +5 differential. However, it is a very nice place for me to be at this point in the season. It's exactly where I was last season, just with a little bit worse differential. And we have a few more games this season than we did last season. So as long as I can keep my my winning ways going, I don't feel like I will miss the playoffs. I feel like if I just keep my head cool, keep everything under control, I will clinch a playoff spot sooner rather than later. And that's exactly how I want it. So thank you, Tom. Also, thank you, Danza, for recording the match for me. And of course, thank you, Zeke, as always, for the incredible artwork that you leave for this channel. But again, thank you, Tom, for such an incredible match. Next week, we are going up against the one who recorded our match. Just like, wow, it's just like week 1 all over again. We are going up against Danza and the Los Angeles Nidokings. So watch out for that. I know he's an incredible player, and I know he has still very threatening mons on his team. So let's see what we can pull together for next week, and I will see you guys next time.